cookie decorating can be a rewarding process. Making beautiful cookies is one thing, but you might say making beautiful cookies that taste good is icing on the cake or cookie. Joining me now is Brittany Hall, who is the owner of a licensed home bakery in Savoy called Fairytale Sweets. Welcome to CI Living.
Thanks so much for having me.
So, first of all, tell me a little bit about Fairytale Sweets. What do you do?
So Fairytale Sweets, I am a home-based bakery, like you mentioned, out of Savoy, and I make cakes and cookies and cake pops and cupcakes, and also offer cookie classes and cake classes as well.
And when you say you make cookies, they are very beautiful and very elaborate. I think you gave us some photos of some of the wedding cookies and baby cookies. So what do people have to do if they want to order like a specialized cookie for a specific event? Like these baby cookies.
Yes, those were so fun to make. So in order to order a custom set, I just recommend that you head over to the website, to my website, and there's an order form right on there that you can shoot me an email through there, and it has all the details that you need to order your custom. I do birthday and baby showers and weddings and such, and you can just fill out that order form. It comes straight to me, and then I'll be back within 24 hours. So,
amazing.
Super easy.
So you can do anything that they can dream up, you can pretty much make.
I will try my best and work until the wee hours in the morning until I get it just right before I let it go out my door. So I call them my babies. So
so how long does it take you to make a cookie that someone is going to eat in about 2 minutes?
Okay, so typically the average set per dozen takes me about, on average, 4 to 6 hours to make. So there's a lot of time invested in it. That's why they're my babies. And I like to make sure that each detail is just right.
And then you also teach classes if you would like to learn how to decorate. So today we are going to learn how to decorate a strawberry, right?
Yes,
okay.
A chocolate-covered strawberry. So
amazing.
There's a couple of different steps that we're going to start with. So a lot of people don't realize when they start decorating that you actually are starting with one step and then setting it aside and letting it dry. So we'll do a little bit of that, but we're going to first start with our red icing.
Okay.
And so what we're going to do is we will start about a quarter of the way down, about halfway down, and we're just going to make the border of the cookie.
Okay.
So that keeps the icing from running over. You might have experience with that at home. So you're just going to kind of tap down and pull right up, and I like to let gravity do its thing instead of using it like a pencil.
Okay.
So you're just letting the icing kind of drape around.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I might have to go back a little bit.
That's okay. You can always add more icing.
Okay.
And the number one thing that I say during classes, you're going to need more icing. I never had to say that during my kids' classes. They always add plenty of icing, but my adult classes, we tend to be a little stingy. So.
Okay.
Okay, so then from here, you can kind of look through at the picture. You're doing just kind of a wavy look, just like you would.
Bottom?
Yep.
Okay.
Just a wavy. We're just coming back around and touching down at that border. Yeah, perfect. You did awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so this
is fun. She's nice no matter how it comes out.
No, you are absolutely great. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is we're going to start right in the center, and we're going to flood. This is called a flood.
Okay, so when you just squeeze a bunch?
Squeeze a bunch of icing on there.
All right, and since you told me to be generous,
yes, that's right. And then we're going to take our best friend, our scribe, and we're going to work the icing around.
Okay.
So just use circular motion. Instead of using it like a butter knife, we're going to make sure it's nice and up and right.
So it's like a fluffing technique.
That's
almost.
right.
You're going to swirl it around so that it's nice and...
just like that.
Okay.
And you're just meeting the border.
I think I lost some of the design.
Oh, that's totally okay.
Okay.
Because we're going to add that chocolate.
Great.
Okay, awesome. You did awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
So now we would let this dry. How long does this need to dry for?
So at room temperature, just in front of a fan or on your counter, it would need to dry for probably, I would say, 1 to 2 hours before moving to the next step. I have the handy dandy dehydrator, so that kind of speeds up my process. But here, we would let this wait for about an hour to 2 hours.
Hour to 2 hours. Since we are only an hour show, she has pre-made a couple that are already dry so that we can move on and show you the next step.
Okay.
Excellent.
So those are dry, magic.
Beautiful.
Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and wipe off our scribe because we don't want the
Oh, I was going to say, I already got
that's okay.
I already got some on there.
Okay, we're going to cover it up.
Okay,
so
great.
now we're going to grab our chocolate or our brown icing.
Okay.
And we are going to meet where we just stopped and come back around and do that same border technique.
Okay, down the entire bottom.
Yep, down the entire bottom.
I feel like as more layers that you've already pre-done for me, my cookie is going to look better and better and better.
It's gonna look amazing. Okay, so then you're just gonna flood. Now, whenever we get close to the red, we're just gonna kind of shove the icing up into the red without overlapping the red.
Okay.
So I like to kind of just pipe a thick border there.
Okay.
And work around and then just flood the rest.
Oh, I see, because then it sort of...
Then it kind of settles into that red.
Okay. The flooding is fun. I like the way it looks as it...
Yes, that's my favorite. That's actually one of my favorite parts of the cookie because it's not as detail-oriented. So you just kind of get to mindlessly do it. Okay, then we're just going to go ahead and work that brown icing
Circular motions again, right? Okay.
Circular motions, zigzag. I like to mention that it's kind of like a phone on vibrate.
Okay.
Kind of that zzz sound.
Perfect.
You're just kind of working it around.
And then what do I do when I get close to the top?
When you're getting close to the top, so I just like to take about this much icing and shove it up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're just pushing it up into the red. And we want it to meet.
So when you make these for clients and stuff, do you like kind of have TV on in the background, or like it's such a long process, or do you have to stay and focus and concentrate and do nothing but these?
My guilty pleasure is crime podcasts.
Really?
So I listen to a lot of crime podcasts while I cookie. Yes.
So you're making beautiful wedding cookies.
Yes, it is true. It is true. It is true. I did take a break during Christmas and I listened to Christmas music on, but also my children keep me busy as well. So I'm usually breaking up fights along with the crime podcast and cooking. So it's quite the ordeal.
That is funny. All right, well, we are going to let this dry and we are going to come back in just a few minutes with Brittany and we are going to finish up decorating these cookies.